Obviously, we're excited about the start of the season. I feel like we've had a really good off-season combination of spring ball, combination of summer workouts, and then training camp. I think we're in a really good place right now. Probably the most consistent training camp that I've been associated with. That's probably the word that I think probably best describes how our off-season and how our camp went. I really kind of like where we're at right now.
Dave, can you describe your confidence in the offensive line going into this season, and what kind of camp did Michael Menet have?
Yeah, I think our offensive line situation has changed dramatically since we arrived to now. I still think we have a lot of room for growth there, and that's exciting because if you look at us, we're still pretty young. We got a sophomore at left tackle, a sophomore at left guard, a sophomore at center. Got some maturity at the right guard position, and then a junior at the right tackle position. So we're still young, but I like where we're at. I like our depth. I like our growth at that position, and I feel like we do have confidence there, especially comparatively speaking over the last couple of years. But right now we have three that we plan on burning their red shirts right from the beginning of the season. That could change as the season goes on, and those three, like I said, are Etor at defensive end and Lamont Wade and Castro Fields at corner. The other guys are listed to complete a three deep, and they're up with the varsity, from a training perspective in practice, but we don't plan on playing those other guys, on Saturday. Those guys are all probably considered yellows at this point, where if we have any injuries, then their status will go from yellow to green, which I think you guys have heard us talk about this in the past. So I think three is the number that we're at, and that number could grow as the season goes on.
Hey, Brendan Mann and Andrew Nelson were kind of question marks at the beginning of spring, and even going into this camp. Can you talk a little bit about the progress they've made to get to where they are right now in the depth chart?
Yeah, I'm really proud of both of those guys, to be honest with you. Mann's a guy that has been through a lot in his time here at Penn State. Obviously was limited during spring ball and has now been able to be full go. For the last I don't know how many weeks, and has really embraced it. Looking back and watching the tape, when he plays for us, he brings a physical component to our offensive line that we probably don't have without him. He is a big, strong, physical offensive lineman who's got light enough feet that can play tackle for us. Gives us more of a road grader mentality at the guard position, and has some of the heaviest hands I've ever been around. I mean, when he punches you, it's like getting hit with two cinder blocks. It really is. So we're excited about having him back. Andrew Nelson I think is as talented as an offensive tackle as there is in the country. We really could have listed that as an either or with him and Chaz. He's still working back through some issues, and I think as the season goes on, you're going to see his role continue to grow, and he's going to play a lot for us. I really foresee him having a significant role on our offensive line before it's all said and done. It just really kind of came down to Mann was ready for week one, and Nelly's wasn't. It really just comes down to that. But those guys are irreplaceable from an experience standpoint, from a talent standpoint, from a maturity standpoint, and the fact that we have them back factored into our offensive line is significant for us.
You obviously have a Heisman candidate in Saquon, and I'm wondering your philosophy on such big individual awards, how you approach them, what you think about all the national Heisman watches. Do you consciously try to showcase him a little bit more? I'm just wondering if you could address that. And have you picked a kickoff member?
Yeah, our focus is on our team being successful. The thing that's great that we talk about all the time, with team success comes individual recognition. The award that you were talking about usually goes to the best player on the best team. So, We don't spend a whole lot of time talking about it or concerned about that. We have a marketing department that will do those types of things. But for us, and I know for Saquon, we just want to put our team in the best position to be successful. And the best way of doing that is putting your best players in the best position to be successful. So I really think the one situation will take care of the other.
Okay.
Oh, and then kickoff, I think it'll be Tyler Davis.